And we did have about 5 or 6 cars make a pit stop there and get 4 fresh tires, like Matt Yoakum pointed out, Carl Edwards, but also Tony Stewart in the 33 car, Kenny Wallace in the 22, John Wood in the 47. 5 or 6 of them made a stop here with about 18 or 19 to go.
I was surprised Stewart didn't come in the last caution because he was complaining about flat spot in his tires. So I think if I was him, I'd feel a whole lot better now they got me 4 fresh ones.
John Andretti returning to the scene of his first Nextel Cup win. He is a rookie in the Busch Series, running third. Dick?
Yeah, at age 43, he's a rookie in this series, and he chose not to pit that last time around, Mike. But in the previous round of pit stops, Andretti took 2 tires, outside, right side tires, in order to gain track position. He has been able to maintain that track position, and tonight is his best run all year. Best finish so far in 2006 has been 9th at Bristol. I'm listening to him on the radio. He is trying to save his stuff for the end of the race. Maybe, just maybe, we're going to have another upset tonight.
Well, Andretti started 30th. 3 of the last 4 Busch races here have been won from outside the top 10 starting spots. Aerial coverage from the Goodyear blimp. Goodyear Eagle tires with carbon fiber technology for enhanced handling and performance.
I don't believe that 8 car will let you save anything. Whatever you got, you better use it. You better use it now.
But you know, back to John Andretti, we talk about him being a Robestas Rookie of the Year candidate. He's second in those points, only 10 points behind Bernie Lamar.
And Lamar right now is running 25th, 1 lap down. P.J. Jones back on the lead lap. He's in 14th place, and one of the quicker dodges on the racetrack.
And he was one of the quicker dodges down here in February. Sat on the outside of the front pole, actually with Aaron Fike in the 43 car. This race team sat on the outside of the front row. And remember, his car would not crank at the red flag, had to get a little push start.
Can anyone run with and beat Dale Jr.? Let's find out. It'll be 17 laps to go.
Well, this is a good window right here. It really doesn't give Dale Jr. enough time to get away from these guys if they'll stay hooked up to him.
On the last restart, Jr. got a big lead in turns 1 and 2, and they lined up and inhaled him down the backstretch.
Well, you just see right there how he just drives off from the guys behind him without any problem at all. Now, obviously, when he gets on the back, they're going to all gang up on him and chase him down, but it just shows what kind of car he's got tonight.
We have seen that on every restart where he pulls them 4 or 5 car lengths by the time they get to the exit of turn 2.
Look, Darrell, he's running time trial laps right down around the bottom of the racetrack all the way around.
He can run wherever he wants to. You watch, he'll run the bottom. I watch, he's going to slide up in front of Brian Vickers right here and close the door on Vickers. And all Vickers can do is just kind of get in behind him.
Left front tire rub on Regan Smith. Perhaps from earlier contact. Andretti looks low. Vickers to block. Harvick looks low.
He's going to go to the bottom. He's going to bring his teammate Clint Warrior in the 2. Look at the damage on the 2 cars we're riding with him. Remember, he was backwards on that big wreck back on lap 57.
Well, we got the 2 powerhouses here working against each other. We got Childress working on DEI.
And 3 wide behind them. Coming around to 15 laps to go.
Oh, by the way, and there's a Henry car in there, too.
Look at the run Mike Wallace in that 1 car got right there. Remember, he was involved in that wreck as well. They made a decision to make a pit stop back on lap 64. He's fighting his way back to the front. 2 consecutive top 10 finishes at Milwaukee and at Kentucky for this team.
I'll tell you what, Mike Wallace always runs. He's kind of like my brother. He always runs good here.
And Wallace in the 1. Look at the push he gets from Kyle Busch going down the back straightaway.
Oh, that's a bump.
Right in the middle of the straightaway, though. He gets a second little push, and then I think Kyle Busch will finally get off of him before they turn down in the corner.
They were hooked together.
Harvick coming on the inside. Vickers on the outside with Andretti. And they're all chasing Dale Jr.
Dale Jr.'s loving every bit of it. I tell you, that Vickers car is not a bad piece, sitting right back there behind you.
Tomorrow night, all the Nextel Cup stars for 400 miles in Daytona. 7:30 on Fox.
in that 33 car with those fresh tires, he is fighting his way back up there, and I mean, he's doing it in a hurry. He's already back to the top 10. There you see him on the bottom of the racetrack, pulling up side by side with Mike Wallace in the 1.
Trouble for Casey Kane. He's drifted all the way to the tail end of the pack, but still running.
Darrell, I know it's a hard tire, but if your car's not driving good, fresh tires will make that thing drive pretty good for a few laps.
Oh, yeah, that's where Dale Jr.'s advantage is. As the longer they run, the more he's able to drive off. But on these short runs,
outside.
Mike Wallace got a wheel mark in the door last lap.
Clear, there you go.
13 to go. And Vickers is lined up right on the back bumper of Earnhardt.
I think those first 4 right there, if they play their cards right, stay hooked up to Dale Jr., they might be able to slip away from this other crowd back here.
J.J. Ailey has joined that threesome that included Earnhardt, Vickers, and Harvick.
Vickers looked to the inside. Dale Earnhardt Jr. put the block. Now this is a group again. John Andretti in the 10, Kyle Busch in the 5. They're trying to go back up there and catch those front 4.
I think Kyle Busch has learned a lot about bump drafting since we were here in February.
Clint Boyer now joins that lead group. Jeff?
Mike, I just wanted to remind everybody, don't forget, back in Talladega, Brian Vickers, he did an excellent job, was a great teammate, working with with a lot of different drivers, he not only in the Busch Series, but also during the Cup race on Sunday. But he's done a great job at these restrictor plate races as of late. Back in Daytona, even in February, he's had strong runs. So with just a little bit of help, he may be able to get up there and pull a fast one on Dale Earnhardt Jr. if he's not careful.
11 laps, 28 miles to run in Daytona. Dale Jr. playing the Pied Piper.
What you do for a living has little to do with being alive.
The mountains where to go.
Easy drinking Busch Light. Busch. Head for the mountains of Busch.
6 cars have a chance to win it. Jeff Gordon's going to lead him into turn 4.
3 wide, they're bouncing off each other.
You are the man, and it's time. Sir, you're right. It is time. We got him! Daytona 500!
Listen to every defining moment of your favorite driver live with Race Day Scanner. Get it and other exclusive content online through AOL.com/sports and NASCAR.com.
You guys are awesome!
Yeah! Woohoo! Who's fast? I'm fast.
Yes! Bang! Gotcha!
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Do you work here?
Yeah! I started back in April with, no. Look, please don't make me leave. My company only has DSL.
Make your office more productive with speeds up to twice as fast as DSL. McAfee security included free and 24-hour support. Comcast Workplace. Speed, security, know-how.
For 30 years, Shaheen Chevrolet has been making it less expensive to buy or lease a newer used car or truck. Now we're making it less expensive to drive one, too, because now Shaheen Chevrolet will help pay for the gas. 50 cents a gallon on every new or used vehicle. That's right, 50 cents a gallon for a full year. And we'll still get you the kind of deal that made Shaheen Chevrolet Lansing's #1 Chevy dealer. Great deals and cheap gas. Where else are you going to get all that? Only at Shaheen Chevrolet.
You won't get it anywhere else.
Could 30 days change the way you look at life? Try spending it in prison. That's 30 showers. Or awakening your inner child with New Age therapy. And what happens when an atheist joins the flock?
We have been enlisted into the Lord's army.
From Morgan Spurlock, creator of Super Size Me, comes the return of 30 Days.
Join me as we try on someone else's life for size.
30 Days, an all-new season, premieres Wednesday, July 26th, only on FX. Jack Black, Gwyneth Paltrow, Shallow Hal, an FX movie presentation, Thursday at 7:30, followed by an all-new episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia at 10 on FX.
When something is real, you know it.
Like the real thing, baby.
Introducing Introducing new Just for Men. Its new True Color formula targets only gray. Easy as shampooing for a natural look that is real. Real to the eye, real to the touch, real where it counts. New True Color Just for Men.
8 laps to go. Dale Jr. still leading. He took the lead for the first time on lap 16, the first and only time. Jr. has now led 78 laps of this race. That's our Just for Men right on target move of the race. Just for Men targets only the gray, ain't nothing like it. 7 to go, and behind Earnhardt, Brian Vickers, Kevin Harvick, Clint Boyer, and this is John Wood. Coming to pit road with a right front down.
Well, 2.5-mile racetrack. If it had to happen, it happened pretty conveniently because you can see it happened right there at the entrance of pit road. Now, John Wood was still on the lead lap with this 47 car.
A break for the Armor All car, but we stay green with 6.5 laps to go.
See that one car on the inside there, the Hinkle car, the 60 car, that's Carl Edwards, worked his way back into the top 10. Remember, penalized for rough driving not that many laps ago. Got the free pass, working, trying to get back to the top 5.
Boy, I tell you, that 57 car, Vickers, is trying every way he can to find a way around our leader up here. He was looking like
Edwards 8th, fighting for 7th against Martin Truex, as the front 4 try to play keep away from this second pack.
I felt like they could break away. Those 4 cars were really quite good together. It'd be up to Carl and the 1 car, Mike Wallace, back here to maybe chase them back down.
And guys, I know Brian Vickers, his plans are all set for 2007. Can you imagine how bad the kid wants to win a race, whether it's a Busch or a Nextel Cup race right now?
You know what? I think he's just really happy right now. Not that he's leaving that team, but that he has somewhere to go, something to look forward to, and he's driving with confidence and ease. I watched some of his interviews now, Larry, and he's got a smile on his face, and the pressure's off.
5 laps to go.
You notice that second pack, Mike Wallace in the 1 car, he's taking the lead of that group, bumped up into the 5th position. Carl Edwards in the 60 takes a look to the inside of Mike Wallace. Darrell, I think you were talking about it earlier. Your best friend right now would be that yellow line.
You got it. Or an orange car.
Junior has a tire going flat, he says.
No. He's just messing with Pops.
Well, he's fighting the wheel, Darrell.
This time by will be 4 laps to go.
4 to go. You're 2 ahead of the group in your mirror.
Saw some debris there.
Penalty for Kyle Busch in the backstretch. He dipped below the yellow line. He'll get a drive-through penalty.
And what that means, he must have gained a position. If he didn't gain a position or he gave it back, they would not penalize him. And this is pretty much going to take a car that's up there in the top 10 pretty much right out of the picture.
Darrell, if Junior says he has a tire going soft, what's the difference in the, obviously it's not flat, it's not blown out. What's the difference in the field?
I think every driver I've known in my whole career, 5 laps to go, something's wrong with the car. It's got a tire going down, the engine's starting to blow up, there's something wrong with the car.
Especially when you've had a car like he's had tonight.
Exactly, and it's always when you're really dominant like he's been tonight.
He's led 82 laps of this race. Let's show you the penalty call for Kyle Busch in the Lowe's number 5. Peeks out from behind Carl Edwards. And gains position.
Gained 2 or 3 positions, and that's the reason he's being penalized. He did not give those positions back.
Well, you know, you could say that's pretty picky, but that's what that yellow line's there for. Don't go below it. Oh, we got a wreck over here.
And it's Jason Leffler.
Caution is out. This means we are probably going to go into overtime.
And what is that going to mean for the drivers who did not stop on the caution at lap 57?
Well, we've got some cars out there that we got 3 cars that stayed out, but most of those cars actually went a little further than the other cars, so I think they're going to be just fine.
Let's see what
we've had a lot of cautions to make up the difference.
What caused this? It's the 38 car. The 5 is closing. Oh, the 38 gets into Martin Truex, has to lift up a little bit, and the 5 nailed him. That's just one of those chain reactions.
Now, Kyle Busch in the 5 has already hit pit road. Already he's doing his pass-through. I don't think they're going to let that work since the caution is already out.
No, he'll probably have to restart at the tail end of the line.
Which beats what would have happened had we not had that caution, because he would have been totally out of the equation doing a pass-through under green.
So the caution is a benefit for Kyle Busch. He was not the cause of it.
Boy, he was almost a part of it, though.
Yeah, he played a role.
Caution's out. Watch the hands coming up.
So we will go to overtime with Dale Earnhardt Jr. leading. Jason Leffler on pit road for service.
He was running pretty good. He was up, well, he's 18th on the board there.
Now, Mike, just to update you, on those 3 cars you were talking about that stayed out way back on lap 57, there were only 3 cars. One of them was Jason Leffler, we just saw. Michael Waltrip was the other one, and he's out of the race. So the only car that stayed out at lap 57 is still out there is our leader there, pretty much Dale Earnhardt Jr. But he pitted late, Matt, on lap 50. With the cautions we've had, he's probably in good shape.
Joey Meyer, his spotter, asked him if it was the right front that he thought he might have issues with. Junior said 10-4. He said he broad-slided it in turn 4 once, and ever since the car hasn't been the same. Joey looked at the right front and says it looks good to him. And Junior just said 10-4. Right now he's just riding. The guys are up on the wall in case he has to hit pit road.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's not soft. It looks like it's up, so maybe he flat spotted it just a tad.
As they come to the line for lap 99, this would be 1 lap to go. But NASCAR will make an attempt to finish this race under a green flag, white flag, and checkered flag lap. That is overtime.
Get a fresh start on summer with a fresh, crisp salad. Now with any Ruby Tuesday entree you choose, add our no-limit salad bar for just $2.79. Only at Ruby Tuesday. Simple, fresh, American dining.
And it all comes down to this for Hauer.
For his fiancée, it's meant postponing their wedding for this event.
It's a clean start. There seems to be some sort of trouble with the Hampton boat. Oh dear, a seat just broke.
The boat is literally falling apart.
Somebody is going to have a lot of explaining to do.
Not the official tools of competitive rowing. The official tools of NASCAR. Craftsman at Sears.
Sometimes one more is one too many. Know your limit.
Get a fresh start on summer with a fresh, crisp salad. Now with any Ruby Tuesday entree you choose, add our no-limit salad bar for just $2.79. Only at Ruby Tuesday. Simple, fresh, American dining.
Are you getting enough fiber? Goodyear's new Eagle Response Edge gives you more of what you crave. The added performance of carbon fiber. A carbon fiber reinforced sidewall creates added stability for sharp maneuvering and a better feel for the road, while a shock-absorbing insulator delivers a smooth, quiet ride. The new Goodyear Eagle Response Edge. Getting your fiber has never been so fun. Innovation on the wings of Goodyear.
Celebrate your financial independence at your Dodge dealer with 0% financing for 60 months or up to $5,000 cash allowance. Plus, make no monthly payments until 2007. Save on Ram 1500 Quad Cab with the most interior room in its class. Durango with available 8-passenger seating. And Grand Caravan with a 5-star government crash test rating and exclusive stow-and-go seating. Now, current owners get an additional $1,000 loyalty cash allowance on Dodge Ram 1500 Quad Cab. Plus, make no monthly payments until 2007. Offer ends June 30th.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. has 20 wins in the NASCAR Busch Series, including February of '03 here in Daytona, and July that same year. February of 2004. So he's trying to take his 4th different paint scheme and sponsor to victory lane. And if he wins tonight, he will tie Harry Gant and his father with 21 wins since this became the NASCAR Busch Series in 1982. Brian Vickers is the man who is trying to deny him. Steve?
Mike, DW just talked about how at ease Brian Vickers is in the race car. Crew Chief Peter Suspenzo just told him, you've improved so much drafting the last 2 years. Brian said, thank you, man. That means a lot to me.
Brian Vickers' game has really risen. He's ready to win. It's just a matter of time. But will tonight be the night? Or Kevin Harvick, who started 42nd and runs 3rd?
I think that 8 car is going to have to mess up here somehow because he's just got too strong a car on these restarts and everywhere. He's just strong, man. Look at him pull away.
Green flag will next see the white, and if we go caution free, it'll be the checker.
Glad you threw that in there.
That if?
That if.
You see Carl Edwards in the 60 car going to the high side. This is a battle for 5th with Mike Wallace in the 1.
Single file restart. Kyle Busch had to start at the tail end.
But look at the run J.J. Yaley got in the 18 car. He's going to go by both of them down the back straightaway. There you see Earnhardt Jr. putting the block on Vickers twice down the back straightaway.
Denny Hamlin in trouble. No caution. If the caution waves, the race is over.
I think it's got a wave. There's cars all over the place.
Hamlin's moving. White flag. Junior by 2 car lengths. But Vickers is there, and he has Harvick tied tight to his bumper.
Boy, that was a mighty aggressive block there by Junior going into 1.
Darrell, he's driving the thing out the rearview mirror about as much as he is out the windshield. Now, there are those 2 children's cars to the high side off turn 2.
Junior just got such a whale of a run off of the turn 2 that time. I just don't think they can get to him.
3 ahead of that group in your mirror. Everybody's nose to tail.
Junior stretching it out. That leaves 4 cars to fight for 2nd. Here comes Yaley back, the pole sitter, trying to break into the top 4. And off the final turn, Dale Earnhardt Jr. scores his 21st NASCAR Busch Series victory.
Carl Edwards fought his way back to a top 5 finish. Finished 5th.
Oh, man, we got Ashton Lewis going around here at the line by himself.
You heard the fireworks, and I think Lewis's tires blow out as he's spun to a halt. Dale Earnhardt Jr. led 88 of 103 laps tonight. He took the lead and never looked back.
There's his buddy back there, Truex, driving Mark McFarland's car this weekend.
J.J. Yaley went by there. He came back for a 4th place finish. Nice run.
He said, man, I didn't have a scratch on my car.
Well, I think I kind of know what that's about. About a month ago, I think it was intended for Martin Truex Jr. to drive that 8 car.
I think you're right.
Oh, y'all.
Great run for John Andretti in that 10 car. Finishes in the 10th position.
And a nice run for Mike Wallace, the first Dodge across the line in 7th.
And I'm going to give another call to that 43 car. P.J. Jones finishes in the 43 car in the 13th position. Great job.
We'll go to victory lane with NASCAR's most popular driver when we return.
NASCAR Busch Series Racing on FX is brought to you by Quaker State, the power to reduce friction. And by Nextel from Sprint. Get closer to the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series with Nextel from Sprint.
You paid for 300 horses. Are you sure you're getting all of them? Choose Q from Quaker State. Q's patented heat-activated formula fights power-robbing friction better than any conventional oil to help maximize power and let all your horses come out. Q from Quaker State. Unleash all your horses. Get free tickets to Superman Returns with purchase of Q synthetic oil or oil change.
Come on back, straight back.
Hey, Jeremy.
Hey, bud. That's it, come on back. Come on back. Plenty of room. A little bit more. That's it, come on back.
Get things done instantly with the i530 by Motorola. Only $29.99 after $50 mail-in rebate. Nextel from Sprint.
The very thought of you, and I forget to do the little ordinary things.
Armor all wax, wipes, and tire shines. Go ahead, stare.
Thursday on FX.
What do you want?
An all-new episode of the series critics call brazenly funny.
This is the change I've been looking for. I want to be like you again. I want to be pathetic and desperate and ugly and hopeless.
Why can't you just die and leave us your money like normal parents do?
It's always sunny in Philadelphia.
Hey, you guys, give me about 45 minutes here.
Oh.
All new back-to-back episodes Thursday at 10, only on FX.
A familiar sight at Daytona, an Earnhardt in victory lane. Dale Earnhardt Jr. with a dominating performance. In fact, so dominating in his burnout celebration, broke the transmission.
Broke the transmission, turning all those RPM, and all of a sudden the car just kind of like quit running, quit pulling, and it's kind of like we're stuck right there on the start-finish line. Not a bad place to be stuck, though.
That's a good place to be stuck. You'll see him in action on Fox tomorrow night, of course. 88 of the 103 laps. As Dick Berggren is down there with the winner. Dick?
Yeah, this is a first. How about this? Yeah, well, I broke my transmission. I was shifting on my burnout there. I was trying to get to fourth, see if I could burn it all the way to fourth, but had a great car. It's actually stuck in gear. We'd be pushing it to the victory lane. That was pretty awesome. I know that wasn't probably the race these guys might have tuned in to see, but I had such a good car, and I just had to hold it to the mat, man, and do what I could do with it. And there at the end, the competition got better. We tightened our car up a little bit too much, and but we were able to hold them off.
Yeah, but tell me about the end of this race. Here you are, not sure about your right front tire. You're over 180 miles an hour, a thundering herd behind you. Where do you get the courage to stick your leg in it at a time like that?
That thing's safe. You know, you got to believe in how safe these cars are built, and if it's gonna wreck, it's gonna wreck. What else you gonna do? I get paid pretty good to stick it out. So, you know, just real happy we didn't have the flat tire, because I got loose and about right down there with coming to the caution, and man, it was a handful. It was really, really loose all night, but the race was fun for me. Hopefully next year will be a little more competitive. They needed to bring a little bit better tire. The tire was a little hard.
Congratulations.
Thanks
5 wins. Congratulations. Dale Earnhardt Jr. and the crowd behind him loves it. Steve.
With Kevin Harvick, Dick, and Kevin, you guys had to overcome a lot of adversity today. Your crew chief, Shane Wilson, was ejected for unapproved modification to the aerodynamics. You had to start from the back, but boy, you just motored to the front. How does that make you feel?
Well, it makes me feel good. This U.S. Coast Guard Chevrolet team is, you know, can pretty much overcome anything. So, you know, the tires kind of screwed up the race tonight. They were horrible, and I think that's probably the worst race that we've ever seen at Daytona in these Busch cars in the last 5 years. This is usually the most exciting, best race, and goes to show you how much the tires can screw our race cars up.
Kevin, you always race hard, but did you have any additional incentive tonight?
Well, I mean, it's just, you know, you want to go out there and prove a point. You know, no matter what they do or who they are or where they come from, we can beat them. So it's makes us all feel good, and that's what we're all about.
Good luck tomorrow night, Kevin. Matt?
A heck of a drive by Carl Edwards. He picked up the lucky dog and made his way all the way back to 5th, but Michael Waltrip not happy with the bump drafting your side, Carl.
Oh, I'm sure he's not happy, and I apologize to Michael and his whole Aaron's Green Machine crew. They're great guys, and I like Mike a lot, man, and I was just trying to help us both there, and tried to bump him one last time on the straightaway, and he got loose going in the corner, and I'm you know, there's nothing I could do about it at that point. I apologize, but our Henkel Fusion ran real well. Congratulations to Dale, and thanks to Goodyear for making the race good with those tires.
Finishes 5th tonight, Carl Edwards.
All right, thanks. A little bit of a mixture of the tire review from Carl Edwards to Dale Earnhardt Jr., even Kevin Harvick. As we take a look at the unofficial results, we only had 3 different leaders, 2 lead changes, 5 cautions, a bunch of those after we went caution-free for 56 laps. But Harvick, very impressive. J.J. Yaley, the pole sitter, had to work his way up. You see Carl Edwards finishing 5th. Martin Truex Jr. in for McFarland. And we see Jamie McMurray, Tony Stewart.
Yeah, didn't have quite the run I think he was looking for in a brand new ride there. Finishes up 12th, but a great run by P.J. Jones in that 43 car.
Kevin LePage at 19th, and Johnny Sauter, a couple of guys that were involved. We had 2 different wrecks, one involving 7 cars, the next one about 7 or 8 cars. All drivers okay, but it took some drivers out of the race, and as you pointed out at the time, Dale Earnhardt Jr. staying out, so it allowed him to avoid getting caught up in those wrecks.
Good call right there by Tony Eury Sr. by keeping him out, kept him out of trouble, but he also had a great race car, had no reason to come to pit road. I mean, let's face it, he put a whooping on him.
Brian Vickers, best finish of this year. He's standing by with our Steve Burns, the 2nd place finisher.
Thanks, Chris. And at the end of that race, Brian, we heard your crew chief, Peter Suspenzo, say how improved you've become on these restrictor plate races. But was there any scenario in which you're going to be able to get by that 8 car?
Man, I don't think so. I'll tell you what, so proud of this ride of Chevy. Yeah, it was fast all night. The guys did a good job in the pits. The Hendrick Speedway department, they gave me a great car. I'm going to tell you what, it was not by a lack of effort from them guys or the engine department, but that 8 car, man, he had like a 5th gear. There was a couple times on the restart. It was a perfect restart. We had a run at him, 4 or 5 cars, bumper to bumper, pushing. And as soon as he was ready to pull out, block, and go, he just, dropped the hammer and went. I don't think there was any scenario other than maybe him wrecking, having a flat tire or something like that. But congratulations to those guys. I'm really proud of these guys. We ran well all night and had a good race.
Good luck tomorrow night, Brian. Good job.
Thank you.
Chris Myers.
All right, thanks, Steve and Brian. Another terrific run. Kevin Harvick has opened up the largest points lead so far this year. He's pretty much dominated after 18 of 35 Busch Series races. Carl Edwards running 2nd, Craig Biffle 6th, Bernard 7th. Let's check in for some final thoughts from tonight. Looking forward to tomorrow night on Fox. Rejoin Darrell, Larry, and Mike.
Well, Chris, tonight's win should not come as a surprise. In the last 15 restrictor plate races in the NASCAR Busch Series, Dale Earnhardt Incorporated has won 10 of them. 6 by Dale Jr. and 4 by Martin Truex. Tonight, though, truly a dominating performance.
It really was, but look at that point lead Harvick has. 388 points, for Pete's sake. And they penalize him, send him to the back, and I'm pretty impressed with the effort they put forward to get back up there to 3rd place. That's big.
Harvick, Edwards, a number of drivers were able to come from the back to the front tonight.
But just remember, most places we go, the Nextel Cup and the Busch cars, they run the same tire. That's not the case here at Daytona. But the thing I want to say, guys, before we go off there, it all started right here at Daytona, February of 2001. Randy LaJoie won the first Busch race of NASCAR on Fox, and it ends tonight with Dale Earnhardt Jr. winning here in July. Hard to believe 6th season of Busch racing with our group.
I don't believe they're going to be able to get a car to victory.
They're still going.
They're trying to keep from tearing it up. The nose is lodged up against the track up there, and it won't roll, so they got a real problem.
When was the last time you see the winner get the checkers and the wreckers? We're really going to miss the NASCAR Busch Series. We have enjoyed it, and thank all of the drivers, car owners, and teams for all their cooperation over the 6 years we've had the Busch Series on Fox.
Let me see. There was Darlington, and there was Kentucky. I'm thinking about when they wrecked and had to get somebody to tow me. Todd Bodine and Jamie McMurray at Darlington. I think it was Todd Bodine, and so I don't know, different places, but not normal.
Tomorrow night, 400 miles for the Nextel Cup cars on Fox. You're going to want to be here or be right in front of your TV set. There are tickets available for the Pepsi 400 tomorrow night. But we've got the best seat in the house, and we're ready to bring it to you. Chris?
All right, thanks, guys. And our technical crew, and you'll see where you see the drivers crawling along in the finish of this race, we'll put the names and nicknames of a lot of our people just below that who work in different departments. Also from the Hollywood Hotel, Ben Altop, Captain Brian Crispin, Hollywood, Katie Entwistle, Kathy. P Squared is Patrick Perrin, our researcher. We also have Margaret Thompson, Molly, some of the people that we appreciate their help. David Blatt, the Gladiator. Judy Wong, Black Widow, Derek Manning, D-Rock, Greg Scopatone. Scopatone is how we like Scope. Richie Zions is a guy named Deuce, Bill Brown, back in our home office. Some of the names, some of the cameramen you may not see: Nelson Hastings, Nelly, and Hey Rusty, Jeff Wilson from RoboVision, JD, T-Bone, and Uncle Bob, Fish, Pack Daddy, DT from Graphics, Sports Media, Light and Slow. Those are some of the nicknames, and they all work hard to bring you racing, whether it's Busch Series or Cup racing.
And don't forget Drano.
Don't forget who?
Drano.
Oh, Drano. Well, he's here in the his name was on the crawl. He's the guy I got to pick on. Tomorrow they'll all be working. Drano, you'll be with us, right, tomorrow? Okay. On Fox at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. Mike mentioned the Pepsi 400. On the pre-race show, we'll talk to Jimmy Johnson. He'll tell you why you shouldn't hear certain things you shouldn't hear over the car radio. And Jeff Gordon, king of the road, will he be king of restrictor plate racing? We'll talk live with him. Coming up on the East Coast, Rescue Me. On the West Coast, you'll see cops. Well, Jeff, let's look for tomorrow. Boris Set on the pole with Tony Stewart, defending champ, right alongside.
Road race ace right there. Surprised a lot of people today, sitting on the pole for tomorrow.
All right, so you got Dale Earnhardt Jr., you got Jeff Gordon, and you got Tony Stewart. That's going to be a pretty wild race.
Kevin Harvick, he'll be back again, so it's going to be a great race for sure.
All right, Saturday night, you'll want to be with us for NASCAR on Fox. Also got to thank our entire pit crew, our pit reporting workers of Steve Burns, Matt Yoakum, Dick Berggren. Also up in the booth, Mike Joy, Darrell Waltrip, Larry McReynolds from the Hollywood Hotel, for Jeff Hammond. I'm Chris Myers. If we left your name out, we'll work it in tomorrow. The important thing is you get to sit back, relax, and enjoy NASCAR on FX tonight. And tomorrow, we hope to see you 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, part of your 4th of July holiday weekend with us. We'll see you NASCAR on Fox tomorrow night.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
TV ratings are made for everyone.